On June 6, 1944, hundreds of thousands of men faced off against each other in the greatest battle in history. American soldiers looked to the beaches of Normandy, while German soldiers looked down at the ocean and a vast armada assembled by the Allies. Tonight, 9 News anchor Bob Kendrick takes us to the beach that once separated them as two old soldiers finally make their peace.
They are now old men, now on hallowed ground. A beach where once inhumanity was on display on an epic scale. Now, quietly, it hosts man's capability to forgive. On D-Day, Franz Gockel looked out from his machine gun nest at Omaha Beach as 6,000 Allied ships appeared out of the mist.
I then prayed a lot, short prayers, and then loudly. And then I cried, "God help me."
We thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but it was anything but.
In that armada, Lewis Johnson was loading troops, saw that hell was waiting on that sand. Both knew if they survived, this place would never leave them.
There was so much bloodshed on that beach.
Documentarist Larry Cappetto brought the two men together.
Lewis saw firsthand the results of the landing that morning, and it wasn't pretty.
It was chaos.
The American soldiers didn't have any cover.
It's only now, after their trembling legs climb above the beach, Lewis will see firsthand what was waiting for those troops he sent to shore.
I was here.
Franz has found his old machine gun artillery strongpoint.
Can you imagine those ships, those small boats coming in, with these guys at almost point-blank range?
Many Americans stayed laying on the beach. It was gruesome.
For these two old-timers to be standing there and him to tell me how they mowed him down, I'll never forget that gesture.
The fight has long gone out of these two old foes. Now it's only the loss that's left. They visit Franz's fallen friends.
Kind of sad, old comrade. He was doing a job that he was made to do. I was doing the job that I wanted to do. I volunteered. He was drafted.
Franz leaves quietly, declining to walk among the American dead. Lewis stays on to bask in the warmth.
Lewis received a lot of recognition from the French people who came up and shook his hand repeatedly. I was just honored to be in this man's presence.
In a diary of his trip, Lewis Johnson wrote, "Every foot of Omaha Beach represents death." But 60 years after D-Day, both he and a former enemy can now see it represents freedom. It welcomes peace.
I looked up and down the beach, and there were children playing, hollering, laughing, and I thought, oh, what a contrast in 60 years.
Bob Kendrick, 9 News.
Lewis Johnson took part in 4 invasions during the war. Franz Gockel was seriously wounded on D-Day but survived to fight again. He was eventually captured by U.S. soldiers during a battle in southern France. Larry Cappetto is currently producing a second documentary of D-Day veteran stories.